I think there is a lot of responsibility on your shoulder, but at the same time, we are living in a very privileged place. You know, we got this really nice things going on for ourselves, for our children.
It's I think it's a big flaw that if I get a chance, I would like to fill this gap to give new people the orientation, because some of the children suffer lots of illnesses, sicknesses.
She got pneumonia.
Yeah,
my daughter knew. Like you're not a bad mother, good mother, excellent mother. You don't. Like I feel like we always we are very judgmental on our own selves.
Not to have that kind of situation, you need to know your partner. Say honestly, I want to pursue a career. I'm really a career-driven person. I want to
say it before. Say it
before,
so that he knows that you want to.
Say it before marriage.
And we come from that culture. If you don't rush, if you're not competitive enough, then you lose that opportunity. Here, I think we have this freedom, privilege.
So welcome everyone. Today I'm here with some beautiful ladies, mothers, Ph.D. students who are going to share with us their journey in their studies and how they manage with having kids and studying, their struggles and their wishes for the systems. So we're going to start. First I have some bullet points here. You introduce yourself, your name, your nationality, where you are studying, and your studies. So we keep it at that first, and then we move to the family.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. So we start from you.
Hi, I'm Asma Rafiq, and I'm based in Sweden. I come from Pakistan, so I hold 2 nationalities now.
Yeah.
I'm Swedish and Pakistani.
Wow.
So that's my background, and currently I'm based in Uppsala in Sweden, and I'm studying as a Ph.D. student within the information systems area, and I am also a teacher at a school.
Wow.
So at British International School in Uppsala. So I started teaching
gymnasia.
Younger kids. Computer science. So like it's so nice to see the future in them, and they're like super curious about this subject, and it's amazing.
Wow. And
so my name is Becky. Let's go with nickname. It's easier to pronounce, I would say. And I was born and raised in Kazakhstan, but I moved to Sweden with my family 2 years ago, and I'm doing my PhD in Umeå, which is the up north part of Sweden, quite cold. And everyone says that, and I did the same. So with respect to my research, I focus on digital transformations, digitalizations in the construction sector, just to say it like in a brief.
Okay. And yours is information systems in which area?
It's in platform evolution, looking at the practices of third-party developers. So it's pretty interesting, but it's going on for a long time, so I need to wrap it up now.
How long are you?
I came here in 2012, so but then I had a lot of kids. kids and so it's prolonged thanks to the generous parental leave Sweden offers. So I was able to do that.
Okay. So how many years have you been?
Now it's more than 10 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. That's wonderful. But let's talk about your family. How many?
I have 3 children.
3 children.
This is insane.
How many years?
The eldest is 6.5. The middle one is 4.5, and the youngest is 2.5.
Oh, I like that. The half consistency.
You have some consistency, I would say.
We just missed the mark last year.
Almost.
Are you planning to enlarge your family, or you think you'll go with 3 and that's it?
Sorry, again?
Are you planning to enlarge your family?
Are
you fine with 3?
I think I am fine with 3. I think my husband would like more, but then he should get pregnant,
Now it's his turn, right?
Yeah, and try it out and see if you would like to have more. All right.
Yeah.
And how many?
I have only one kid, luckily.
One is not only. Come on.
Yeah, that's also true. She is 3.5, and to be very honest, I think I'm done with one. Maybe I'm really not sure. And my husband also actually thinks that it's enough maybe to have one. He's very much into, having life, like having fun, and we're afraid that we're just two of us here in Sweden together, so there's no one supporting us or being around. So maybe we couldn't just have time to have more kids.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah, we don't know. This is life, right? We never know. But for foreseeing future, honestly, I don't plan to have more kids.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's at least my perspective.
Yeah. So, how did you manage to leave your whole family, your children, and come to study?
Yeah.
Maybe I should also put it in perspective. We are in the northern part of Sweden. It's a skiing resort. I'll put pictures inside the video, and we have a 1 week long digital innovation course, and we are supposed to be here without our family.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the stress on mothers here.
Yeah.
Leaving their children at home.
Yeah.
So I want to know how did you leave them at home? How did you organize that to come here?
Well, I'll be very honest. I did not organize too much because I have a very, very supportive husband who did not object to me, leaving children on him. It's like, and it's Ramadan. He's fasting. He's taking care of them. He's, doing all the chores at home. So it's really like.
Not easy.
It's no. But I think he always gives me this security that I have this freedom to do whatever I want.
Wow, that's amazing.
I mean, I haven't done this before. I'll be honest. This is my very first time leaving home like this for such an extended time. 5 days feel like 5 years.
I know, right?
But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because the eldest one was so emotional. My daughter, I was crying all the way coming to the airport.
Me too.
Crying?
I also cried.
Are you joking? You were crying? I was like, I'm free. Oh.
Well, I got that.
In the beginning, I was
rush.
But when I was leaving, it was too much for me.
Really?
I couldn't take it.
It was overwhelming. Yes.
Guilt, you are very sensitive.
Mom guilt, but I have 3. So leaving all of them, and also like thinking about what my husband might be going through. He didn't. He's not very expressive, so he doesn't, complain or blah blah.
But it's good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like that makes me feel he's gonna be okay.
No. It's like he will survive.
Yeah, exactly.
He can do it. Yeah.
But the sad thing is, as you already mentioned, like we don't have that family support system, like that network we need with kids, having grandmother or somebody from
at least
family.
anyone.
Anyone
Doesn't really matter. Anyone.
But I'll add here that I have lovely supportive friends. Like if I call them right now, they'll be standing next to my door.
That's amazing.
Helping me out with whatever I needed.
Do you have some community in some sense?
Yes, I have friends who are with this because I come from Pakistan, so I have this Pakistani community friends.
And we are very communal.
Yes. And even though Swedish people have this impression they're not as open or so, but I have made this wonderful friendship with somebody within the building, and they have kids, and so we connected in this way.
Wow, that's good.
And they're, oh my God, I love them.
And how about you?
She is very descriptive, isn't it? I think I'm not that descriptive. So I do have some friends, but the thing is that because we moved 2 years ago, we didn't yet establish that extremely trustworthy relationships yet. It's because for me, like a true friendship takes time, and I will not let everyone to watch my kid.
Yeah.
It's not that she is bad person or a crazy kid or something.
Yeah.
It's just I feel responsibility, and I don't know that person. Maybe I don't know. I don't trust, and that's why all pressure lies on my husband's shoulders.
Yeah.
And
but how when you were leaving,
what I was feeling,
and coming here, knowing that you are leaving.
Yeah, it was a bit. I'm extremely freak control, and leaving my kid with my husband shouldn't be a problem. But I still felt a lot of responsibility. Like I should make sure that we have enough groceries, so he will not spend time because I thought, what if she will be ill, and she became ill?
Yeah.
Everything I planned happened in some bad sense. I thought, what if
you're afraid of? Yeah.
But what if the fever will come and I will not be next to them? And fever came at the next evening when I left them.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
That's so unfair. I mean, I was also thinking about clothes. Okay, if I will go, he needs to actually dress her up, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't really know this girly stuff, the order of things.
Yeah.
And I put everything in order, for every single day where I'm not at home.
Wow.
Like, this is Monday, kid. This is Tuesday, kid. This is Wednesday, kid. Just to make his life easier. Because men, at least, it's not easy for them to navigate in all little small stuff.
Yeah.
I know it's not like a big deal for someone maybe, but my husband a little bit struggles with that. So I try to a little bit help. So he had enough grocery if they will stay at home. They had because we went there together and they chose everything they wanted, right? So they had kits for every day kind of. So I was thinking, what else might happen? Okay, I will put all medicine around, so he will not search for that. Anyway, he searched for the medicine and called me and write me where's that? Where's Alvedon? Where's this? How to put it? How much drops I should? Because he feels a lot of pressure and responsibility. He's afraid that what if he will give a lot of too much drops? What happened?
Of the medicine, the Alvedon.
Yeah, he's very afraid of making a mistake. So I would say my husband is supportive, but he's a bit afraid, and it's okay. I think it's okay. I mean,
you need to train him.
Yeah, but he is trained. I think he's trained.
But who trained you?
Because we train together. We actually sort out everything together.
Yeah.
I mean, I never
It looks like some things come to us naturally as women.
No, maybe.
Because
I don't know. It is just. It's just, I never had any relationships with kids before. My daughter was my first connection with kids. I never hold a newborn baby in my hands before. Never. I never watched for kids in my life ever. I didn't even see them that small, to be very honest. And all of this was a big stress. And he was with me when I gave birth. He was with me when I was struggling. He was always when I had sleepless nights. We and no one helped us.
Yeah.
We were sorting out together.
Yeah.
And I think it's my. He's helping me, and I should do the same. It's a mutual respect. To be honest, I'm still worried how they're sorting out things together, because they are locked at home because she still has a fever. Yeah. So they all day stayed at home. Yeah. I'm a bit afraid how they are managing everything.
But I want to go into the university system or maybe the student system. What are some of the policies they put in place for studying and having children? Did you gave birth to your children here?
Yes.
Did you give birth to your child here?
No.
Okay.
I gave birth to my daughter in my country, in Kazakhstan, and then we, when she turned 1 year, we moved here because I got a position.
Okay.
When I was expecting my baby, I was searching for work. And when I was pregnant, I had some last interviews in other positions, let's say. Yeah. So I was always engaged. I was working all the time.
But for you, what were some of the things that's the benefits or the policies in Sweden that makes it good or bad to have children whilst you're studying?
I am all for Sweden. It's such an ideal place to have children because I feel so safe with my children, and everything around a child. You need their education sorted, it's given. You need the healthcare system. Even the dental is free. So it's I feel very secure in that sense. But there is one thing that I think I have suffered through is that even though there is this really generous parental policies, everything in place, but at the university they have a policy of not extending a PhD contract beyond 8 years. So since I expanded my family quite a bit, and of course that takes time. And with every child, they have another extra 3 months time you can take on top of the
1 year
parental leave. So you get this 3 months time to just get to know your research area again, where to start, and I think this buffer time is an amazing opportunity.
I didn't know that.
So
when you give birth, you have 1 year maternity.
Yes.
And when you come back, you have 3 months.
3 months extra to just get a know-how of where you stand now.
Okay.
So this was great, but I did not know that.
Okay.
Because
I also didn't know.
So the HR department in that sense a little failed.
Can I ask you? They just don't know either.
No, they knew.
They knew. Okay.
They knew. But the thing is, they give you this big parental document to explore on your own, and I'm not from Sweden.
Yeah.
So I don't know how things work, and to get into every detail, it's like, and also you miss out points, when you're given a big chunk of document and you don't know where to begin, and it's like, so that was a big bummer for me, because I now don't have a contract with the university. Because they don't, their policy that they won't extend after 8 years, and I told you I came back.
10 years ago. But I didn't know that you started I thought maybe you started 5 years ago.
No. It's been a long time.
So that means
started,
they want you to give birth to only 2 children whilst you are doing your PhD.
So I'm still doing PhD because I still am a student with the university. But since it's an employment, as you know, I don't get salary anymore. I don't get no employment benefits. So I'm not an employee with Uppsala University. And a lot of things are also changing.
So in the societal level, they have good policies for maternity leave. You get 80% of your salary whilst you're on maternity leave.
1 year, right? During the 1 year.
For 1 year, and then university extends it for 1 year for you in some 3 months.
3 months, just
but not. They won't extend it after 8 years.
So, and since I also didn't use those 3 months, also, so so not my fault. I could probably claim that if I still had that contract, but that's terminated. So that's why I don't.
Okay, so you need to also claim it.
So when you come back, you need to
claim.
file. You, for example, when you apply for parental leave, it's not as straightforward. It's 2 different systems you use. There's one in the university. There's one with the Försäkringskassan, the Swedish insurance. So missed opportunity here, and also lack of information, and also coming from a different background. A lot of factors here, I think.
Now I know, so I will have to go and check because I also didn't get any information after I came back what I should do.
One clarification, because we were talking about ourselves, but we didn't ask questions from you. And I don't like this unfairness. So, I'm joking. So just to clarify, you have 2 kids, I know. Right?
So maybe I should also say mine. So I'm also Ida, and I've been in Sweden since, I started my PhD in 2019, also in digital innovation in circular ecosystems or circular economy ecosystems. And I have 2 children. One is 8, and the second one is 2.5.
As mine almost.
Yes. And when I was coming, it was difficult for me. In the beginning, I was like, wow, 1 week away from the family. Oh, I can sleep so well.
One question: did you give birth to your second kid?
Yes, I did. So in the first year of my PhD, when I was about to finish, then I took seed. So the whole of the second year was on leave. So yeah, so now I'm in my third year. I'm supposed to be in my fourth year, but in my third year because I got a 1 year extension. 1 year extension.
Yeah.
What is the duration of your PhD? Is it like a 4-year PhD?
It's 5 years.
5-year PhD. Okay, because you do teaching for 1 year. That's why you got an extension. That's why it's 5 years.
Yes.
So you have plenty of time to do cool research then.
Yeah, but I think it's good that I took a break.
Yeah, it's good.
Because now I can like reflect. And whilst I was at home, I was still thinking. So it makes me like, I think I'm lucky. And it was during the pandemic.
A very good time.
So I took a break during the pandemic. So, but when I was leaving, I was crying. I was like bathing in tears all the way. I couldn't stop it. I just looking at them. And the first one was crying, was saying that, "Mommy, are you going? Are you really leaving us?"
Exactly. Those questions were killing me.
I left them in the morning, at 5 a.m. I'm like,
and I was
I ordered taxi and they were sleeping and like look at them, okay, they're fine. And then I'm like,
and my husband, because we didn't talk about how he was going to manage. I know he would do it, and sometimes we would sit down and plan. But this time around, I said no, I don't want to interfere. I want him to
take a lead,
whatever he wants to do, because I know he's capable.
Exactly.
So I didn't interfere. I just left. I just
hugged him.
I hugged him. I cried. I hugged him again, and I cried. And I said, I don't know why I can't stop crying.
And what did he say?
Then he said, it's okay. But he didn't cry because we are the women who are just always emotional. Or you were not. So we are not what?
Yeah, sorry, not including.
Exceptional.
No, I am emotional, but it's just.
But you didn't cry. We cried so much.
I think I am emotional, but I just have a lot of layers, like layers or whatever you pronounce correctly.
The layers to cover cover it a little.
If I will go too deep, and then it will just open up too many things. I don't want to go there, spend time.
You don't want to be vulnerable.
Yeah, I don't want to be vulnerable. And I always think, okay, now, for instance, some vulnerability moment might come. And I'm like, I want to go there, spend time, lose a focus, and everything. I'm like, no, I don't have time. I'm moving it. But maybe. Okay. Yeah.
Let me just cut you and let's move to the very interesting part.
Okay.
How does having children influence your studies?
I will tell.
Honest answer.
I will
honest. Who goes first?
Okay, I will go first. I will tell that it influences, and it depends to the person how much it influences. If someone will say, "Oh, it doesn't really matter," like you gave birth to the person, it's real, and it's standing there. It needs something from you.
It needs attention.
At least milk and some hug and kiss, and then food, and then
sleepless nights.
It comes, and if someone will tell you that it's okay, it doesn't really matter, they're lying. It influences. It depends how much it influences, depending to your family situation, to your personality, to your emotional, let's say, aspects, everything around. Whether you have depression, some people after giving birth have a lot of depressions. They have a lot of. They could even break, and it's fine, I would say. This is just for me personally. I was not prepared for having a kid because I never had a relationship with kids before. Like literally never. I never held a newborn baby in my hand. I didn't even know how to hold, and no one was there. Like I tried to do it by myself and with my husband. We were searching it out, how to handle this, how to actually wash her little ass. I mean, I didn't know the process, It might sound funny for someone, but
you gave birth in your country, your own country.
Yeah, I gave birth in my own country because I knew doctors, I knew the system, I could control something, influence where I need. Here, I think maybe it's easier to give birth here too. There I spent money, finding best doctors, blah blah blah. But I know our system. It is not flawless. But I know all pitfalls. I know how to navigate them. This is important. It's my home. I mean, I could influence them. I could. But here, I mean, to be honest, if I hypothetically will have a second kid, I would be afraid to give birth here. Maybe because I don't know system. Some people say that it's so easy to give birth in Sweden.
It is. It's a nice system. But in your studies, when you wake up in the morning till evening?
I became like a robot. It means I sleep right now 5 hours, sometimes 4 hours. When I have a stress period, I sleep 4 hours. 3 hours. When I have less stress, I sleep 5-6 hours. When I have pretty good time, I sleep 8 hours. But I never slept more than 8 hours during the last years.
Wow.
Never, ever. I'm not like, and my husband didn't, because trust me, if I'm not sleeping, my husband will not sleep much too. He will maybe sleep a bit 1 + 2 hours. But because we share everything, like if I'm struggling, you will struggle too. That's my problem. Maybe I'm sharing it too much.
No, it's fine. So you mean, so how does the child? What is the child's role here in your less sleeping and your education?
I want to be a good mom. That's the problem. My mental problem is that when I start something, I want to be very good. If I am a mother, then I will be the best mother ever. If I will be a researcher, I will be the best researcher ever. I will do my best. And the problem is the resources which I'm taking from myself, my health, my well-being, my time. I have maybe too high bars. That's my problem. And
that is good, and it's important. You cannot abandon your children, and you also need to do your PhD and finish in good time. And
at least with a good output. Everything is relative, but good output may be for you something else. So
it's relative.
It's very relative. But I would say, sorry for
so
long answer.
Can you give me like a challenging period for you? One challenging period for you that you had to balance between studies and childcare?
I always balance between these two, honestly, all the time.
Can you give one vivid example?
Okay, one vivid example. She had a stomach flu, if I'm saying it correctly, and it was the first time I ever saw a stomach flu in my life. I was not prepared, and she was really small, just started kindergarten, and she got this stomach flu. I had a research proposal deadline in 2 days, and she was vomiting, and I had my computer and I was writing. She was vomiting, I'm fixing her vomiting, making her sleeping, and then I'm continuing my writing. She vomited again, I cleaned everything, she still this was 4 a.m. or something. I'm like, it's almost like the output. My research proposal was defended very well. I got like 0 comments from anyone, like literally 0 comments, because I snapped all comments, and I guess they were like too much. They were like a piece, like, oh, she is too much. I will just shut up.
Imagine, because I realized that sometimes, amidst all the problems, we come out very, very good. Amidst all the problems women have, we're able to do as much quality as the single people who don't have to be in the, even sometimes even better than people who don't have like any dependents, any family.
But you know how much we are suffering in between. Like that's actually a little bit annoying for me to see that we don't show that vulnerability. We're not superhumans. We're as much human as a man is. But the problem is you don't show that, and in my experience, men need to see. That's why I think one reason why I gave birth to the children here is that my man can see what I'm going through. In Pakistan, it wouldn't be possible.
It will be covered, unseen.
Men are not allowed in that area. But I think from his like emotions and everything, I was going through a lot. But when I saw him like feel like, of course he cannot feel exactly how I felt, but at least see what I'm going through. Then then they develop this empathy. Even
empathy is very important.
That's the thing I need from him. Yes, I know there are things that I can do that he cannot do. But I need him to understand and like be able to see through that. Okay, in this situation, even though she's like proing it, but she is going through so much to get that done. And I have like 3 children. It's a circus. It's not like I'm a ringmaster and I'm like really, but my mother, for example, just had this comment like, oh, how can you do that to your man? Like, leave all your children onto him. I'm like, think he's the father.
But why not?
Do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Well, why would you
not?
expect that? This is so cruel.
My mom also said.
Why is that like? And for a mother to say that to me, you
It's
need to be on my side here.
Yeah, can I add one more?
Yeah.
My mom said like, because you're pushing him like too much. You are putting on him too much on his shoulders. Like my mom said once. I'm like, stop. I mean, I'm not. He is a father. He was a part of the process. I didn't do a baby by myself, right? So we did it together, shared responsibility. So maybe that's true. That idea to move Sweden was from me, because I felt that we achieved quite a lot in Kazakhstan. We need to move on and achieve more, kind of. I want to in large scale, and I pushed him into this very not pleasant context for him, because here he doesn't have friends. He didn't have like a proper connection in the beginning. He was struggling more than me. He didn't have any like a connection in the beginning. He needed to start from scratch, right? Yeah. But anyway, he will struggle everything I do, and this is shared responsibility.
Yeah, because he also didn't have friends yet.
Yeah, I didn't have friends either. I needed to work hard in the beginning. He needed to work hard too. Okay. He actually passed all tests. Then he was accepted for the master's degree. I mean, he's right now trying to finish it. So it's like a very hard time, right, for everyone. Yeah. But it was hard time for me too. Yeah. And the point he is doing it together. And my mom like, why are you pushing him so much? He's doing so. I'm like, no. We are doing it at the same.
They make us feel so guilty.
No,
I'm always feeling guilty. Like when I was coming, I was feeling so guilty.
No. What I said to my mom, it should be similar. This is the point. It's about equality. I'm not feminist. I'm saying like only women. Some people say like women are not treated well. Blah blah. Yes, it is. But I'm for human rights, and they should be equal. He's a human, I'm a human. We're struggling it together. Yeah. This should be fair. I'm struggling, he was struggling, and this is fair.
I would like to clarify. I like to use the word equity rather than equality. Because yes, he won't be able to get pregnant, give birth and whatnot. But the thing is, he should be able to understand his role in this situation. Like the kids, like what I know from my father is that I always felt safe around him. I knew he was my safe place. I knew that I would get this kind of, princess treatment from him. He always kept my standards and everything so high. And I wouldn't say I didn't stumble in life and I didn't have to like go through things and find things on my own. But the thing is, he set that bar. And I can see that, and I want that for my children to have that. And the perfect thing is that he is that kind of father.
Oh my God, that's great.
And sometimes, and I just feel like I won a lottery. Because I don't have to like explain this to him. And he does many things. He's not very, as I said, very expressive, not very like, I'm too much maybe.
Same here, guilty.
But I also feel like I want to hear it. But his expressions are in practice.
Indescribable.
Yes, in practice. I see.
I think action speaks louder than words.
And that actually last night I just got tears in my eyes just thinking like, he hasn't complained once. If I were in that situation, which I was, like I've been away from him, but then I'm usually in that situation where I have the network, like I'm visiting my family or such situations. But still I have complained to him, like, you don't call me enough or something, and he doesn't even say nothing. I've been so busy with the course here and I haven't called or like been so much. And also my children sleep like really early, like around 8 or so. So it's hard for me to know when to be able to.
Now let's get back to your study.
How
has your
my study has really suffered. Yes. Because getting pregnant every 2 years is like it takes a toll on your body. My brain, I would say, has changed after.
Really?
Yes.
Does
after my pregnancy and within my pregnancy,
I think you have become smarter.
In some ways, and a bit like, and lost a little bit of my memory.
Really?
Because it's always so much information that I'm managing all the time. Like related to children. Like, yes, as I would repeat, my husband is supportive, but there is so many. I wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He doesn't have to do that because he's a full-time earner now, like the breadwinner in the family, and I lost this contract, so everything around the house management was on me. I just got a job as a teacher, so. Before that, it's always like managing everything, and with 3 children, it's a lot of practical work.
Imagine.
It's a lot of practical work.
Yeah, I'm just multiplying everything to 3 right now. So I think this is fair. It's just multiplied.
Yes, it multiplies, and it's also like, the children have very different personalities, so you also have to cater to every
different. Like, each one of them is like a thesis. Children is a whole PhD.
Oh my god!
That you have to take care of. You will not be free until they are maybe 6 years.
And it's not like you can feel trained after one.
No.
You're not trained for the second one. The second one is so different than the first.
And the 2 of them have some dynamics.
Yes.
They are going to fight over things.
Fight over.
And so on. And so can you tell some example of one time where children came in, you had to balance between that and your studies?
Because like when I had my second one, my first one was a smooth sail. She was so sweet. Now I remember how she was no burden in that sense, that I didn't have to like emotionally regulate or feel tense about like, how am I gonna manage her day? Like, how am I gonna manage things around her that don't trigger her? For my second child, I really had to be like, even though I struggled with the first one with the food and so on, because there was a lot of there was a point where she had like food pipe.
Food pipe.
Yes,
what's that?
This
food poisoning.
No, not food
poisoning. Couldn't eat.
But she couldn't. She could eat, but she just refused completely.
Okay.
So then her reserve, like nutritional reserve, were so low that they had to like intervene, and for 8 months.
This is serious. Actually.
Yes, this was serious.
How old was she then?
She was only 9 months when she got administrated with this kind of
and then
really
the time you have to start preparing to go to study.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened?
I think that is one reason why it also happened this way, is that when she was 9 months, I was preparing myself to go back to work, because after 1 year you can leave the child to the daycare and so on. And it was a lot of pressure to go through, and at the same time there was something changing with her, with less breastfeeding and trying, like, this food transit. She refused so much, and I got so insecure. I think she also, like, children get affected by your emotions. And so I was just trying to like really push it, and she was really like
resisting.
And everybody says this about her, like, when she makes a decision, it's like she won't move.
She didn't want to move from breastfeeding. That was
that might be also the case, and also I think she felt that she had control over this one thing. So she wanted to take it. And I was really, really, really difficult time in my life. And of course, then when I started studying, all this was impacting me.
Of course, yes.
I can't just say like, oh no, I was a zombie to this situation, and then I just, I was a person sitting here with my work and not thinking about. You can't do that.
No, you can't.
It's all part
always.
of you.
And I don't know whether it's a blessing or a curse. This multitasking thing that we do.
Kills you.
You'll be reading a document and you'll be thinking about what they are going to eat in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You read a document, you're like,
Do they have?
I have to
everything?
buy some grocery.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did I remove this from the fridge? I have to take this from the freezer. And then you're like, okay, let me continue. Oh, I need to go.
Like recently.
I need to write my husband that he needs to buy milk. Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Is he okay with that? Oh yeah, I need to write him. Yeah, I know.
How about when we were leaving them at preschool?
Oh, it was awful.
That process.
Awful.
And for me, I mean, now I would say I had become a bit more tough.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, when I left her, and the situation I just told you about, it was just so much emotionally draining.
Yeah.
In the beginning, because she's a small child. I'm not a Swedish person.
Yeah.
And this daycare that works here is like, they leave your child out there in the cold, and it's for us to like rationalize this. Now I get it.
Yeah, now I get it. In the beginning, I also didn't get
this
it.
kind of exposure
You
to
have
be
no
able
choice
to survive.
because it's the weather. You need.
Yeah. But
yours is different because in your country it's cold.
Yeah, it's different.
So you know that it's okay to leave them.
No,
in the cold.
I don't leave my. In Kazakhstan, it is cold, but we never leave them outside. That's the point.
So it's different.
I mean, in terms of, we are overprotective in Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Extremely protective. And when in terms of clothes, here maybe they'll have 2 layers. In Kazakhstan, they'll have 5.
Okay.
And the temperature in a building inside will be not 21; it will be 28 minimum.
Okay.
So it's still I'm from a country where you could find a winter like -2, -5 in my city, and in other cities almost -20, but we are overprotected. Okay. And here they are not overprotected.
Oh no, they are not. They just leave the children. And sometimes I go to the school and his gloves is off.
I can't understand.
And they're like, he didn't want to wear the gloves.
Yeah.
And then you leave them not to wear.
Yeah.
And they take their hats off. And sometimes they remove some of the layers.
I'm like,
is he not feeling cold?
Yeah.
Then it's
I
like,
feel
he's fine.
No, she is not. Then after 2 days, she will have a runny nose, and then who will sit at home? Me.
Yeah.
And my husband definitely too. But the point is, I will miss a war. I mean, then I need to compensate during the night.
Yeah.
I mean, because you didn't close this.
And sometimes when I came here with the first one, and they didn't tell me some of the layers I'm supposed to buy. They won't educate you from a warm country. There should be some orientation on the kind of things to buy. So I didn't know what to wear to put on him. I had some clothing, so I used to just wear him several layers, and some of them were cotton. I didn't know cotton was not good for the weather.
Yeah.
And also the helmets that they put on. There's a special helmet that is the one that they use here is warm. I didn't know. I bought him just this the bicycle helmet, and there were holes inside. And he was feeling cold. And when I remember these things, I feel so hurt, like nobody told me. And they left him outside. Yeah. And the teachers in the school could see that this helmet is not suited to the cold weather.
They thought maybe it is your decision they didn't know. This is and
they won't tell you. Nobody tells you. They think that everybody should know.
Yes.
It's a common knowledge. But we are new. We need some kind of
introduction.
I think that's the Swedish way. Like they're always too subtle. Yeah. Like you would really need to get the information out of them. Yeah. And you don't know what to ask for, even. Like for my child, the first year she was in daycare, I can't forgive myself with it. They would put her outside for sleeping in her pram. And I did not know what the sleeping bag was like, appropriate for that weather. And they didn't, as you said, like they had no guidelines, but there was another preschool that I had put her afterwards, and they even had guidelines about the layers you're supposed to.
Yeah, in my kindergarten.
So that was so lovely to have that in your hand, like okay, this check.
So you know where I got my lesson from? A friend in Norway. That I asked her. Then she told me what to wear: the first layer, the second layer, invest in wool.
Yes.
And after that,
bless these friends.
From all those days, when my children are going out, I'm always nervous. because I don't know. Are they cold?
Yeah.
So when I give birth to the second one, I always put him in the pouch here because I want to hear if he's complaining. I couldn't put him inside even the bed because I want to hear him what he's complaining about. And then I started asking. Then they said you have to put your fingers here, and if he's sweating, then it's too warm for him. But if it's warm and he's not sweating, then he's okay. Like I needed to be curious myself and to ask. But it's I think it's a big flaw that if I get a chance, I would like to fill this gap to give new people the orientation because some of the children suffer lots of illnesses, sicknesses.
She got pneumonia.
Yeah.
My daughter.
What she get?
Pneumonia.
Yeah, because they kept her outside with
in
no
the
proper
cold.
layers.
What were you
Definitely. I mean,
thinking? She's a small child and malnutrition even so. Oh my.
Yeah, definitely. She was so sensitive.
So sensitive.
And she was so small. She started kindergarten when she turned 1, right?
Yeah, for all my children, I did the same. Like the very day they turned 1, they're at the daycare now.
Yeah, because you have to go to school.
That's like I always had this pressure that I have to go back to work, start my work, otherwise, like I'll lose the track.
Yeah,
And well, eventually that has happened anyway.
Yeah.
I made so many sacrifices, but I'm still sitting here without a complete Ph.D.
Yeah.
So I mean.
But you finished your licensate.
And you do licentiate in my department if you don't intend to complete your PhD.
Okay.
Usually, like.
In our case, you could do licensate and still continue PhD. It depends, I guess.
Okay, so yours is not compulsory.
No.
I wish I could help.
No, I had but we have other things. Like I had, they introduced this later, but during my time it was in place that you. Defend your research proposal in the first year. Then after 2.5 years, you're supposed to do half.
Midterm seminar, which I'm having in a.
So I had done that successfully.
Okay, maybe wrapping up now. What is your wish? What is your wish for mothers studying?
Okay, I would mention maybe 3 things at least. First and foremost, know your rights. Like if you are going to some specific country, know your rights. Like it is time consuming, you need to do good research, but if you're pursuing a PhD career, it makes sense, right?
I
mean, know your rights, know all insurance system, all this practicalities, how they assign you like extra hours, everything. Know everything you could ask. Keep asking questions. Asking questions from people with kids if you have a kid. Like be extremely pushy if you, in some sense. Don't wait that someone will help you. No one. You should take care about yourself. So know your right. Second, know your partner. We talked about some positive, good examples of marriages where we could share and the partner could understand and partner is very responsible, supportive. In some sense. Some men refuse to develop themselves. Some men refuse to take extra responsibility. Some men refuse to be a good father. They just want to make a kid and don't be a good father. They refuse. There are a lot of examples like that. For that kind of reason, I would advise you to know your partner very well, because your success unfortunately depends on someone. Because you couldn't have a success alone. Or you could, of course, if your partner is not supporting you and only treating you not like fair, being toxic, like pushing you negatively in a like wrong direction, maybe it's a time to think about divorce. And I would say sometimes it's easier to raise a kid alone than having some partner which actually toxically influence and psychologically like keep treating you unfair or something. So that's why not to have that kind of situation, you need to know your partner. Say honestly, I want to pursue a career. I'm really career-driven person. I want to
say it before. Say it
early. Before.
So say that he knows that you want to.
Say it before marriage. Say it. I want to achieve this. This is my minimum plan. Trust me, my maximum.
Are you coming with me?
Are you coming with me? Are you taking this journey with me? If not, sorry, I'm a busy person. You are not in my plan. If you want to take this opportunity, develop ourselves, like push boundaries, like really push boundaries. Be like more than we are right now, come, we could do it together. And know yourself finally. I just want to say, know your rights, know your partner, know yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes we put too much on ourselves. Sometimes we have too high bars. Sometimes we expect that we could have a work after 1 year being with our kid. But sometimes we are not ready. And it's okay. That's the problem. It's okay. We sometimes rush. But it's okay not to rush. But the thing is that I didn't know that it's okay not to rush. I was always rushing. Always, like.
And we come from that culture. Where if you don't rush, if you're not competitive enough, then you lose that opportunity. Here, I think we have this freedom, privilege.
Privilege. To choose. To choose.
Yeah.
That's important. It's okay to be mom 24 hours. It's okay to be not mom 24 hours. The problem is, it's only you who decides, and you need to know yourself what you really want. What is wanted by the society, by your husband, is not the same what you really want. So you should know yourself, and this is not easy. I would say there's a saying from Moscow: don't squander the gold of your days listening to the tedious, to the ignorant, to the vulgar, to this all wrong voices. Just have your own perspective, I would say. So know your rights.
And you, Asma, what's your wish?
My wish is that I should be able to complete my Ph.D, be able to end what I started, and just go on with my career.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I feel coming here, it gives me hope.
That's good.
Because it's been a while.
Yeah.
And the field we are in is quite fast-paced.
Yeah.
So it's hard to keep up as well.
And also give birth and have children in the middle.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And 3.
Yes.
3.
You did well.
I mean, no, it's hard.
But I'll definitely agree with that point that you need to know yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And even if they do, if you don't, it matters.
Yeah.
It matters how you look at yourself.
Yeah.
And in the end, I think it does. There is a lot of responsibility on your shoulder, but at the same time, we are living in a very privileged place. We got this really nice things going on for ourselves, for our children, and also there are other difficult things too, that we're by ourselves, and we miss our family back home.
That's true.
One thing that I think can benefit other people is that don't forget your roots. Go back, see your parents, let your children meet your parents. It's so important. They won't be there forever, and it matters. It really makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
Create memories. Be present also. Because of this multitasking problem, we tend to skip the moment, and we're thinking about either the future or what has happened already. Be present. Try to just embrace, and it's beautiful. It's a mess, but it's beautiful.
That's the reason why I need to work during the night, because during the day I want to be a good mom. I want to be there with her, playing together. It means that I'm really playing. I'm not faking that. I'm not checking my phone. I'm not checking my mails. But I do check sometimes. That's true. I do check my mails sometimes. It's true. I even work sometimes. Meanwhile, she does. But I try to eliminate that as much as I could, because I want to be present. I want to play with her.
And Becky, nobody's evaluating you. You're not a bad mother, good mother, excellent mother. You don't. I feel like we always we are very judgmental on our own self sometimes. We deserve breaks. I'm here, yes. My husband might be going through more than usual, but it's okay. It's just these 5 days. and then I'm back and we're together, and hopefully it's gonna be okay.
We're together sharing responsibilities.
Yes.
This is important. I want to highlight sharing responsibilities.
Yes. Yeah.
Not you doing everything.
No,
it's sharing. It's important.
And don't and also like when you highlighted like you can be single and doing this better than with a toxic person.
Yeah.
It's worse in every way.
It can't be. Yeah.
Yes. So be like, yes, of course, single parenting. I'm not underestimating that.
No, my mom did a career. She was a single parent. I never saw example of good like father in my. I never had a good role model in my childhood. Never ever. But she made a really good career. I mean, she was a judge, and then I had pretty present mom, I would say.
That's good.
We struggled. She maybe didn't have that connection, but she needed to choose. I mean, so I'm okay. I never judge her. It was her decision. But the funnest thing, they're still from very traditional, let's say, mindset.
Yeah.
They can't judge us. That's the problem. We maybe will not, but they might judge us. So be prepared.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's their problem. It's not your problem. You don't have to satisfy nobody. It's your family. You get to decide what you want for your family. What's working for you.
Yeah.
I mean, and also like I want to say, Becky, don't be a perfectionist. It's not gonna end well for you. You're gonna be overwhelmed all the time. And PhD is good when it's good enough.
Yeah.
You don't have to make it a perfect.
You just have to finish.
But what's the best PhD? A finish.
No, that's true. Yeah, I agree. But still, I mean, I need to at least to try.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Yeah, we're all trying.
Yeah,
we're all trying.
So we want to wrap up.
We are wrapping up now, and I'm very happy about the inputs. But what has been your secrets? Like maybe some approach or something that you have used to be able to still study and work?
The best thing you can do for yourself is like find that person that you're comfortable with doing everything.
Yeah.
Like yes, I compromise every day on something, but know yourself. Like where is the boundary? Like this is what I have to do, and if somebody is not being supportive there, then then it will work.
It still comes to your partner.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Partner is very important. It's
very
crucial.
very,
That's why I told you. Know yourself, know your partner, know your rights. It's very important. I mean,
And sometimes I don't know, but for me, I can't work in the night anymore. At first I tried, but in the day I'm miserable. So for me it doesn't work. So I try to work as much as I can during the day, and thankfully they can go to school, and the school system takes care of them until up to 4.
Yeah.
So I try to be effective then.
I do the same.
Yeah.
If I'm at work, I don't spend my time doing like extra things like having the chat or having a coffee, extra coffee. If I'm at work, I'm 100% focused. I'm very efficient. I'm not talkative. I know maybe I lose some pretty conversations and the laugh, but sometimes I go out of my room once in a week at least to just like keep control in my social life, so to say. But
there's a trade-off there, right?
Yeah.
Because those who have more, they always have more time after work, can talk more, but we don't have that opportunity.
Efficiency is important.
So we have to be efficient whilst we are at work.
And also I would say finally time planning is important.
Time planning, time management, that's true.
But I think everywhere it's not only about this context concrete, everywhere.
All right, thank you
you
ladies
so
and
much.
moms, and wish us well, pray for us to finish our PhD.
Yes.
Yay. And at least be happy. Not at least, the most important, be happy.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Yeah.
Be
It
happy.
doesn't.
What do you
like
want to be in future? Happy. I want to be happy in future. I want to be happy now.
No. Yes.
The future is now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you picked some points from here. And goodbye. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any further comments or tips, put it in the comment section.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care.